Hi everyone, welcome to Tammy's Creative Cards and Crafts. I'm Tammy, and I just wanted to come on and say hello to everyone. I have got many messages in the past day or so, and first of all, thank you to everyone that has been messaging me, emailing me to ask about myself, my family, and just my overall, have concern for me during the hurricane that just passed by, Hurricane Fiona, which we were hit directly with. And it was a very scary situation. It's probably the most strongest hurricane that we have had in our area in a very long time, a number of years. And it was scary. I got some pictures to show you that I've collected from others and stuff like that, just to give you an overall idea of what everyone went through. But in Nova Scotia, where I live, the wind gusts were as high as 177 kilometers an hour, which is huge. And over Prince Edward Island, going across the Confederation Bridge, in the middle, at the highest point of the bridge, they detected the speed to be, of the wind, 186, which is crazy. They said it was pretty much a Category 3 hurricane. So, like I said, we've never had anything like that anytime, recently. So, it was scary, and on top of it, it came at night. So that made it even scarier because it started probably about an hour or two before it even hit land. We felt the wind and the rain, and we have a little island off the coast of Nova Scotia called Sable Island. It's a beautiful little island. It has wild horses and everything on there, and that's actually when we started feeling the hurricane itself, when it started hit Sable Island. And apparently the hurricane was over 1,500 kilometers across. So it was a big hurricane, and we were very lucky. There was I think 7 lives lost down in the Dominican, and 4 or 5 lives lost in another area down in the Caribbean. Fortunately, we have only heard of one person. I mean, it's terrible that one person had lost their life in Newfoundland. They were actually in their house, and their house was swept away. Now they are missing, presumed dead. So there was 2 houses swept away, and one person was rescued, and the other lady has not been found. So here is some pictures. First of all, here is, hopefully you can see without the glare. Here is the hurricane right here, our little province of Nova Scotia. You can see how huge it was. And then, let me see if I'm going the right way. Here is some of the devastation trees down in areas. In Nova Scotia, there's approximately 500,000 people with that get power, and when Fiona went through, 95% of us had no power. We lost power at approximately 11 o'clock, and we were so fortunate to get it back the next day around 3:30. But there is still many, many thousands of people that still do not have power and may not have a power for days due to the devastation here. So here is some of the water. There was waves as high as 15 meters, which is huge. And some flooding areas, trees that were uprooted. You can see here landing on houses, you know, sheds and stuff that washed away into the water. This is part of Newfoundland that I had mentioned, where the water had came through and started to wash some of the houses away, right up here. And just showing you devastation by flooding. Here again is where these houses were washed away, just disintegrated, like totally destruction. More houses, or more trees uprooted. You know, some were held by the power lines and saved the houses, and then others landed up. These were power lines that were just snapped right off like toothpicks, laying on the middle of the streets. Transformers all down as well. You can see, you know, trees on top of houses. These are all like the power lines with the transformers all broke open. More tree damage. They're just lifted right out of the ground by the roots. As you can see, this awful. But we are so very, 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 very lucky that nobody was hurt. All my family and everything is, they're okay. And there is an apartment building that is less than 10 minutes away. And there was a brick chimney on the roof, and it had collapsed through the roof and caved in the 4 floors of the apartment building right down to the first floor, and they had to evacuate all 40 units of the apartment. And that was at 2 a.m. when the hurricane was like just starting to get into Halifax. Excuse me. So it was a scary sight, and I was nervous, and I said a few prayers, and I was just hoping that everybody would come out the other end unscathed, and it looks like it did. If you look outside right now, it's like a beautiful sunny day, and you wouldn't even know that there was a hurricane 2 days ago. I was listening last night at the same time of the night before, and you look outside and it's just so peaceful. You could just hear a pin drop, and the night before, it felt like the side of our building was going to come off. So it just goes, you don't play around with Mother Nature. So anyways, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everyone that had emailed me, texted me. It really, really touched my heart, meant so much to me that people took the time to do that and showed me how much they really cared. And I just wanted to take this minute to come back on and tell you that everything's okay. And I'm still in one piece. I happened to see a few fire trucks around, and that always brought up my spirits. Just to leave you with a little smile on your face. I actually seen a physiotherapist late last week, and because I've been seeing different ones about my health and stuff, and she came in and I was just discussing different things with her, and it had come up that I had had a couple of falls, and she said, well, you know that you can call 911 for a lift assist. And I said, well, I didn't know that. And she said, well, you know, a lift assist, you know, instead of, because I mentioned I called my husband the last time I fell, but by the time he gets home, you know, it's like a half an hour or so. Anyways, she said, well, you can call for a lift assist. And, you know, if they don't take you to the hospital or anything, it doesn't cost anything. And they can just come in and help you get off, you know, help you up and everything. And I was like, okay. I would, you know, I wouldn't want to inconvenience anybody, you know, because there's probably somebody else that needs the help more. And she says, well, it's not actually the ambulance that come in to help you up. It's the firefighters. And I was like, what did you say? And she said, it's the firefighters. They've been helping out with that. And I was like, well, if I would have known that, then I would have been throwing myself all over the place. And she said, what do you mean? I was like, well, I have a small thing for firefighters. And she said, well, my husband's a firefighter. I was like, really? I said, well, your husband, my prediction is that in a couple of weeks' time, your husband's going to be coming home and saying that he's had many calls to this one address from this crazy woman who keeps throwing herself on the floor. And they have to keep going in and picking her up. So, anyways, my obsession continues for firefighters. I hope I made you smile. And I am still working away in my craft room here. I cannot see a surface in my room anywhere that doesn't have something on it, that doesn't have something to do with craft sale. I'm trying to get some stuff together to do some more tutorials. So please bear with me. Thank you so much for everyone that has been patient. I know I keep telling you that I'm going to get some videos together, but I truly will. And I am actually in the process of trying to think of a cute little giveaway to do as well. So I will be on very soon to put that together. I hope that everybody else, if I have any subscribers in Canada, if you were affected by Fiona at all, I hope that you are safe. I know that there is another hurricane that is set to make contact with Florida and that region down there, possibly next week or this week sometime. So my prayers and thoughts go out to all of you and anybody else that is in the line of any, you know, storm or anything like that. I send out prayers and thoughts to each and every one of you. It's no joke for sure. So thank you so much for joining me. God bless each and every one of you. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.